In Feng Shui, there are many different schools of thoughts, with many experts offering a vast array of information. Therefore, Feng Shui can be considered controversial. Now, when in Los Angeles, I had the pleasure of speaking with a very outspoken Cate Bramble.
I think it works in well with my interest in environmental things, with animal rescues and all, and the fact that you can use this to try to make the world a better place. And that seems very important to me. Pain in the ass. Commentator, champion of the average guy who wants to have this done to their house, but maybe does want to go through the chanting and the throwing of the rice and things like that. Most people consider me a resource between kind of like Consumer Reports. Does this stuff work? How does it work? What's the bogus stuff? What's not going to give you the most bang for your buck? Things like that. I get mostly mail from consumers who are thrilled that they can actually find some place to understand what it's about, how it can be beneficial, and how to avoid the crackpots. Wow, there's a lot of money being made. A lot of people writing books. What I notice is that there's a lot of people writing books who seem to either repeat one another's books, steal from one another's books, or write around each other's books. But I don't see any new information. I don't see any information like you would learn in a college classroom about China. I see a lot of people making things up. I don't see really accurate information, and that concerns me.
So as a consumer, I mean, if I'm into the books, I'm into the videos, what should I be looking for to sort of weed out maybe the, I don't want to say fakes, but you know.
There's a lot of posers and fakes and things. Basically, most of the people that buy into Feng Shui as a system maybe don't have a really good grounding in science or even what China is about or Asian culture. So they're more willing to suspend their disbelief about a lot of things that they're told in some of these books and videos. People who know Asia or know Asians even, know the culture or know the history, are a little more concerned about some of the assertions that are made. People that know anything about science look at some of these books and just go, oh, these people out of their minds. And I think you have to take them all with a grain of salt, and you have to keep asking questions of yourself and of the people in the book, and even do some research to see whether what they're telling you is authentic or not. It actually works with a lot of behavioral scientific evidence that if you bring plants and you bring water and you bring animals and vegetation into your life, it can have a very strong effect on your ability to relax from stress, to heal quickly, to give you a chance to think better, straighter, clearer, to actually improve your feelings about your life. And that, to me, is so important that we have that ability. The people had a practitioner in before who, because they were having problems with their neighbors, told them to urinate on their property line. Disgusting, I know. People in LA have been told to do that, and it just is terrifying. I had one family who emailed me and said, we have this woman living in our building who got this Feng Shui kick, and she's been going around with salt and salting the perimeter of the building for some reason, and then she put this like globe in our hallway that does weird things. I guess it's like a Jacob's ladder or something. She goes, is this Feng Shui? And I said, no, but it sounds really interesting. We said, well, we thought it was Feng Shui because the lady who was consulting for her had a Feng Shui license plate. And I said, that's about as close as that person probably got to it. So I get a lot of weird stories. People also saying, you have to check out this book because it sounds bogus to me. I want to know your feelings on it. You have to check out this practitioner, or this practitioner does this bizarre thing and you should probably call on it. So I've even had relatives of some practitioners write me and say, you've got to expose this person. They're completely wacko.
I'm going to hit you with this one. This is investigative reporting. The Feng Shui community.
Yeah.
Now, when you all get together, do you get along? How is it? Mutual respect for each other?
I think it depends on which community. Some of the more New Age ones, kind of get upset and the fact that we ask them questions about their methods. The traditional community gets together, swaps stories, swaps bad houses that they've had to deal with, and we always like to get together and talk shop and talk techie. The New Age community doesn't like that kind of close scrutiny, I'd have to say. So they're a little more standoffish, but traditional practitioners love to talk shop. That I don't take myself seriously, that I don't believe my own press, and that I can actually show this has a benefit to people.
Are you on a mission?
Yes. My mission is to make this affordable, make it good for people, make it authentic for people, make it rational, reasonable, and not the slightest bit of kookiness for people. And at the same time, make sure that it's something that is not prone to people posing as such a thing, to scamming people and saying that they're one thing when they're really just there to take their money. I think that's really important.